Hello, everybody, wherever you may be, from coast to coast and sea to shining sea. From Oregon, my name's Larry, and this is Ham Radio Live. I want to ask you to please subscribe. I don't monetize the channel in any way, shape, or form. I just ask you to subscribe because it helps people find the channel who have an interest in ham radio on YouTube. I promise you no commercials. How cool is that? Hey, you know, I mean, it's like you can listen to the whole show or watch it if you want to see Moggity Mug, but hey, at least you can enjoy it. No monetization means no commercials from beginning to end, and we're pleased as punch to see you a little late today, but better late than never. Hello, everybody. Hello. Happy Wednesday, 28th of April. Man, we're almost to May. Can you believe that? I know we're late. Sorry. It's been one of those days. This is a good show, though. I hope you like it. It'll be helpful to a lot of people. Now, I've got to be honest, this show is not going to have test questions. We're not going to play 20 questions today. This show is going to be more about helping current hams. It's going to be helping hams, you know, to understand MPE, to understand the correlation between gain and power. It's going to be helpful to hopefully a lot of people for many years to come. At least that's my hope here, okay? Okay. And best, bear with me. I just had three's enough. 3 things drilled into my lower gum last night, and I was, oh geez. I was literally, I'm not kidding you. When they put that third shot in there, let me tell you something. I was being held down. I'm not kidding. I was screaming like crazy. Drill 3 holes in your jaw, and hey, there you go. You're numb now, right, sir? Sure, right. Yep. Next time Doc lights some candles will be a lot better, wouldn't he? Okay. All right, buddy. Okay, so we're going to get into the MPE thing. And this is going to be starting May 3rd, 2021 here in the U.S. You just need to keep, basically, it's a log of, you know, your radiation pattern, what you're doing to make sure you're not hurting your neighbors. That's uncontrolled limits, okay? Your neighbors are uncontrolled. You're controlled because you're the one in the shack. Your family's also controlled because they're the ones in your home. So they're controlled. People around you uncontrolled. We'll talk about that in a moment. I want to say hellos real quick, but I also do want to get to one of the kindest emails I've ever received. It, you know, it takes a lot to really bring me to, like, you know, kind of tear up a little bit, but this one was really special. And it came from a guy in Kentucky that, man, I just, you know, there's emails and there's emails, you know. Some emails you get and you're like, wow, that was really nice. That was really nice. This one just really warmed my heart. I'll share it with you in just a moment. First, get some hellos in. Wow, I told my brother before we came in, I just picked him up and brought him back from cancer treatment. I'm like, I don't know if anyone's even going to be there this late, but look at you guys. First of all, in the house, Andy Cowling all the way from Great Britain. Man, oh man, thank you for coming. It's so late there. Thank you. My gosh, it's 11:20. Thank you, mate. My gosh. DB is here. Welcome to the show. It's nice to have you. Thank you. Thank you sincerely. Wow. I mean that. Thank you very much. John from Canada. He's our let's see. He's going to be, what are we going to call him? We're going to call him Victor Papa TBD for now. How's that? John, you're going to be a ham. You will be. Hang in there, buddy. You hang in there. Remember, I'm not a person that does, like, you know, I'm not going to be a substitute for your teaching, but I hope I can help you along the way. We're up to, by the way, I want to tell you something. We're up to 15 now. Praise God for that. I mean that sincerely. That was unexpected. Wow. Pretty darn cool. So anyway, let's get some more hellos in, and then we'll get to the main point of this, and we'll get going. Tom, my gosh, all the way in Byron, you are really here. You really are here. When I do that, I'm looking at the geochron. Oh my gosh, it's 3 in the morning? Tom, come on, man. Are you serious? I'm glad you're here. Don't get me wrong. Thank you. I'm honored. Sincerely. Wow. Thank you. That hurt. Oops. Don't do that again. Wes Wingo is here. Hello, my friend. November 4, Alpha, Sierra. His name is Wes. He's here, and we're grateful. Hi, Wes. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Greg's here. Kilo Fox 0, Charlie Union Zulu. Greg, thank you very much for coming today. Great to see you, my friend. Great to see you. Boy, it's getting tough to talk here. I'm sorry. I'm sore. My brother Bob downstairs. Bob, welcome to the show. On Wi-Fi, welcome. You are here. Thank you so much for coming. Donald Bush is here. Whiskey Alpha 2, Tango Papa Union / QRP in the house. Hi, Don. Thanks for coming. It's great to hear from you. And our brand new ham from Ontario, Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, this is important because we must do it one more time. This is a big thing. This is a big thing. He just got licensed. He really did. This JJ in Canada, he studied hard, worked hard, and he passed his test. Yes, he's a new ham. He did it. JJ, man, we are so doggone happy for you. Congratulations, JJ. Seriously, that's awesome stuff. Wow, that's great. Thor's here from Minnesota. Thor, great, goodness gracious, great to see you. Kilo 0 Tango Juliet Tango. Welcome to the show, Thor, my friend. All right, let me get into this letter because I don't often read the emails that I get, but this one really warmed my heart, and I did get permission to read it, so I want you just to listen. This is something that really warmed my heart and made me think, well, I guess the show does matter. So thank you to all of you. Sincerely, I mean that. It sounds like just words from me. I don't do this because I get paid for it. I certainly don't monetize the channel, so I'm here because I want to be. Thank you. I mean that. Let me start out. Starts out, Brother Larry, I wanted to write you to tell you how much I have been enjoying your YouTube productions. More importantly, I want to thank you for sparking my interest and getting me back into ham radio. I'm a 65-year-old physician. I got my general class ticket before I graduated high school. Because of college, medical school, marriage, residency, kids, family, etc., my amateur radio license dropped off. My last listing in the call sign logbook was in 1986, I believe. I simply didn't renew and let my license and old call sign, which was November 4, Bravo, Romeo, Whiskey, lapse. I haven't transmitted a signal of any kind over 30 years. You'll laugh, but my last rig was a Heath kit I built, and my antennas, some simple homebrew dipoles.
We have a big show for you tonight.
Isn't that cool? It's a real ham. This is a guy that built his own stuff, built his own antennas, and he just dropped out. It was life. Wow. Built my own antennas. When I look at today's stuff, software-defined radios, computer interfacing, waterfall displays, digital modes, moon bounce, magnetic loop antennas, it goes on and on. I'm simply amazed and a bit overwhelmed. That being said, I did jump back in. I studied up on things, and I took my technician, and I got my general class ticket back. Isn't that great? Then on the same day, I took and I passed my extra class license. That's awesome. My new call signs, Kilo Yankee 4 Foxtrot Zulu. I'll be applying for a vanity call sign sometime in the future, however. At any rate, I do not have a station set up yet, but I've been piecemeal acquiring things to build my shack. I recently picked up an FTDX 5000 MP and SM 5002. It means the thing on top. It's not named 2. All right. It came from a very unusual situation. It was a silent key. 2017 model 5000 MP with the station monitor never opened. The gentleman that bought it originally became a silent key, and he never opened the box. So this thing was brand new. Hopefully no LED issues. It came from the state now of a silent key. I'm told the collection he had was extensive. I'm probably also going to pick up a 991A as well. I have an 80 to 10 meter end fed half wave from my antenna and a Comet 250 to set up as well. The Chiro Mazzoni Stealth magnetic loop has caught my eye, but is a bit pricey. No kidding. All said, I hope to be active again in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Wow. And this is the part that really touched me. I want to share this with you. He said, one thought I had is since you and your show are a reason that I'm getting back into ham radio, I thought it might be fun to set things up that my first QSO in over 30 years is with you live on your show. Wow. How can you refuse that? This is an offer and a thank you, not just a request to get on your show. Let me know your thoughts. I was really led to send you this email when I became aware you were a Christian brother. Also, what is the best way for me to set up a 5000 MP to do keyboard CW with on-screen decoding and coding? No worries. I still plan to brush up on my CW and keywork because, well, that's the way I used to do it. Again, thank you, and God bless you and yours. With warmest regards, I remain. Sincerely, Bill. Kilo Yankee 4, Foxtrot Zulu. Bill is a genius. I mean, he is infinitely smarter than I am. He's the president of the Kentucky Society of Interventional Pain Physicians, Pain Management Centers of America. He has so many degrees that he has more than I have fingers. This guy's brilliant. And for him to send me something like this, Bill, sincerely, thank you very much. Thank you. I mean that. Yeah. The bottom quote on here, it says, what we do for ourselves is taken to the grave. What we do for others lives forever. Lives forever. It's hard to talk. Let me read this again. Sorry. It's kind of hard to talk, you know? They stick things into your lower gum and you're just sore. What we do for ourselves is taken to the grave. What we do for others lives forever and is immortal. It's written by Albert Pine. Bill, thank you so much, sincerely, for that incredible, kind email. I bought, look, hey, can I show you this? I bought new printer cartridge because we've been out of printer cartridges for a while. Because I do want to print that out, save it. That's going to be framed in here. I'm going to frame that email. Thank you, Bill. Sincerely, I mean that. Thank you. Wow. Whew. So anyway, all right, let's get to all your stuff here and let me kind of compose myself and we'll get going. Donald says congratulations to JJ. We've got WS Robbie. Good evening. All. His name is Scott. His call sign's Whiskey 8. Look at that. Robbie, that's pretty cool. It's Whiskey 8, Romeo Bravo Yankee. Great call sign. That's awesome. That's awesome. Steve Austin from the UK. Hi, Larry. Good to catch you live, and I'm taking my exam Saturday. Wish me luck, mate. I hope ye be doing okay, mate. That is my buddy Steve. He is my mate in Liverpool. Steve, good luck. Go get him, man. Hey, if there's anything I can help you with, anything, email me. Seriously, just email me, okay? Something you're struggling with, whatever, I'll try and put it in layman's terms, okay? Email to the show's right here, cqmradiolive@gmail.com. Just hit me up. Seriously, people do it all the time. I'd be more than happy to help you. And believe me, I'm not a substitute, but I can maybe answer a few questions, okay? All right. Yeah, Tom, it was for me. Yeah, that was one of the most incredible emails I've ever received, truly. And hello, Sean. Sean's in Germany. My goodness, thank you so much for coming today, Sean. Thank you. And Thor, thank you. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that was one I really wanted to share. All right, today's show, we got a lot here. There's not going to be 20 questions. This is going to help you. On May 3rd, 2021, the FCC, now I know this doesn't go for other countries, I get it, but in other countries like the UK, it is happening in November, and I understand from what, not Sean, Kevin, what Kevin said yesterday, M0MCL, what Kevin said, was that it starts in November, and they're actually doing it 10 meters and up. Now, this is going to show you what a huge impact your maximum permissible emissions, okay? Your MPE, okay, so your maximum permissible exposure from your transmitter is putting out there. This is going to really blow you away. I don't know if you've ever done this before. This is really outstanding. I first of all want to thank Victor Papa 9 Kilo Frank. Now, he's put out a wonderful calculator to do this. He's really a cool guy. His name is Paul Evans. He's from Bermuda by way of North Carolina, actually. So, Paul, thank you. Good guy. I'll have the, by the way, on this show, I will have the link to his calculator so you can do your own calculations. You need to do it here in the U.S., starting May 3rd, and you have to have it done by May 3rd, 2023. So you got a couple of years to do this. Anytime you change antennas, Make sure you know the gain of them because you're going to need to plot that in this. But once you do it, it's simple. We'll go through it so many times so you'll have it down pat. It'll be easy, okay? Before we get started, I want to tell you, please, if you'd like to get in amateur radio, it's not hard. You will have to study. I'm going to be honest with you, but you can do it. You really can. I'm living proof of that, okay? Please contact the American Radio Relay League. Find them at www.arrl.org in Canada. You can find the Radio Amateurs of Canada, RAC, at www.rac.ca. And over the pond in the UK, contact the Radio Society of Great Britain at www.rsgb.org. Okay, let's get the show on the road. Nice words, Don. Thank you. That was very classy. Good stuff. All right. Okay, the MPE limits. Okay, when we talk about MPE, maximum permissible exposure. Okay, there's a couple of ways that we define that. Okay, first of all is controlled. Controlled limits are the people that have the radio station, your shack, okay? Or if you're in professional broadcasting, okay? That's controlled. If you're a neighbor, if you're outside of the boundary of your property, essentially, that's uncontrolled, okay? You've got to keep those limits safe for people who are nearby. So the way to do this is get an idea of how far away your neighbor is, your nearest neighbor is from you, and then make your calculations from there. It's really pretty easy to do this. It's not difficult. Believe me, if I can do it, you can definitely do it. So trust me, this is something you can do. All right. First of all, let me show you what the page looks like. When you go over to Victor Papa 9 Kilo Frank, and again, I'll put this on the link down in the comments, so you'll be able to link right to it. You're going to see a page that looks just like this. Okay, it's going to come over, and you're going to see this. Okay. You're going to be able to calculate your radio frequency exposure through here. It's very simple, okay? At the top, you put in your power, okay? If you're barefoot, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're running barefoot, you're not going to have any problem with this whatsoever. Zero. It won't be an issue if you're running barefoot, okay? It won't. I mean, you have to have an antenna gain of crazy, like literally well over 9. Well, that's real stuff, seriously, okay? So your antenna gain goes next. That's in the second box. The third one is the distance of area of interest. That's your nearest neighbor, okay? That's your uncontrolled. So your uncontrolled limits is your nearest neighbor, okay? So, and pick the property line. Don't pick the house, for goodness sakes. Because here's why, okay? Here's the reason why. Because inside your home, you got brick, sticks, glass, and mortar. And those attenuate signals. They can attenuate 10 to 20 dB. So a big difference in your MPE limits. So please do it to the property line, okay? Next thing is frequency of operation. What bands do you intend to use? Are you going to be on 20 and 40? You're going to maybe explore something on 10 or 12, okay? What I would do is put every frequency in the middle frequency band of which you wish to use it, whether it's on CW or voice or digital, whatever. Just put that there. And then make copies of every one of these plots. Essentially, it's a readout. And then you just keep it in your station file. That way, and the reason for this, okay, it's totally on the honor system. This is completely the honor system. If you do this, right, you go ahead and you do this, you just stick it away in a drawer somewhere, okay? If one of your neighbors complains, you know what, that antenna is causing me problems. Okay, first of all, the FCC can come and check your log, right? So keep a log. Second, show them, you can pull out your data and show them, look, I'm not doing this. I know what the limits are. That's the key. You have to know what the limits are. You need to know exactly where those limits go. I'll tell you this, between 40 and 30 meters is quite a big jump. Between 30 and 20 is pretty immense, okay? At 20 to 17, it'll blow you away. Let me show you first with a dipole. But first, because we do talk to people who are new to ham radio, let me explain 3 different antennas, okay? Omnidirectional. They go all different directions. Every direction, the same amount. There's no gain in any direction. It just goes all around like a big donut, okay? So there's no gain. It just goes all around. That's it, okay? So it's not going to be specifically gain in one direction, okay? Now, when we get to a dipole, that really changes, okay? On a dipole antenna, they fire off broadside. So it's going to look like this. You're going to have your center radiator, and then off of two sides of the antenna, not the ends, but the sides, it's going to radiate out stronger. Okay? That's typical dipole antenna. That's how they do it. All right. If you have a directional antenna, say it's an OptiBeam or a Yagi or a Step-by-R or an MFJ or whatever, you'll have something like this. Okay? And you'll know what the gain numbers are because the manufacturer will have it. Okay? It'll be in the instructions or they'll give it to you, whatever. But it basically forces your energy in one direction. Okay? This is of great note to people and you need to know it. All right. So let's first figure out dipoles, because this may surprise you. This will be the opening part that might surprise you. Let's start up at 160. Okay, so we're on top band. Here are the results. Top band using a dipole at 1500 watts. Okay? Hold on, let me get this up for you. All right. So we're at 1500 watts. We use the formula of 2.2 decibels for gain. All right, so there's our dipole. My neighbors are 9 meters, so they're about 30 feet to my neighbor's line, my property lines, okay? Frequency of operation started at top band, so I'm right in the middle, 1.9 megs. I can use 1500 watts. Look at the bottom. It says, does the area of interest appear to be in compliance? Yes and yes. The uncontrolled environment is, if you take a look at it, the maximum permissible exposure is way out there. It's 49.87. Okay, so we're quite a ways away. Okay, the distance on this band, okay, to have an MPE issue would be 1.02 meters from the transmitting antenna. That's how far. So you have to be right up against it almost to have a problem on top band. Now we're going to go to 80 and watch how it changes. Also watch how the distance from the antenna changes. Okay, here's 80. 1500 watts, again 2.2 dBi, same distance from the neighbors. 3.75 megs. Okay, so now we're right in the middle. We're right on the 80. We're just above 80 meters, around 3. We're basically 75. Okay, look at the results. We comply. We're full power. We comply. Now you'd have to be 2.1 meters away from the antenna, or 6.5 feet basically, to have any danger from too much RF. Okay, now let's figure it. If we jump to 40, we're going to forget 30. We're going to just go to 40. Because most people are on 40. No disrespect, you 30 meter folks. I don't mean to be. It's not meant that way. 1500 watts. You're on 40 meters now. Okay? Same distance. 2.2 decibels, isotropic for your gain. Still 1500 watts. Okay? Still conforming. You've got to be 3.84 meters away from the antenna. See how we're getting farther away from the antenna before we get the uncontrolled environment issue? Okay, so there's 40. Now here's going to be where we kind of, see a little bit of a difference, okay? On a dipole, okay? On a dipole, once we get up to, in fact, I do have 30. Let me show you 30 real quick. We're 30 meter folks. All right. So on 30 meters, we're at 2.2 dBi, 1500 watts, 10.1 megahertz, okay? We're in compliance. Okay, 5.38 meters away from the antenna is where the danger zone starts. Now we get to 20. Now again, we're on a dipole. We're not on a directional. All right. So on the dipole, look at now. 1500 watts, we still comply at 1500 watts, okay? 7.58 meters away. We're good. No problem. So we can still go full power with a dipole with our neighbor's property line about 30 feet away. Now we get to 17. Watch what happens on 17. We don't comply. 1500 watts, same 2.2 dBi, but we're now not complying because the uncontrolled environment has exceeded 9 meters. You see that? So the way to fix that, there's a couple ways you can fix this. You can either lower the gain of the antenna if you can, or you can change the power level, which is the easier way to do this, okay? So if we change the power level of the antenna now, okay, we change what's going out there, look what happens. This is the highest amount you can transmit with a dipole, okay? 1,323 watts, 2.2 dBi with a 30-foot property line, basically. So this, again, this is going to be different than yours because your property is different than mine, okay? This is my property here. So on 17 meters, I can go to 1,323 watts if I was on a typical dipole. Okay, that's the limit. 1,324, you can't. Okay, you go to 15 meters. Okay, look at the difference in 15. As you go up, these really decrease in power. See this? Now you're at 960 watts when you're on 15. Okay, that's the most amount I could run here. When you're on 12 meters, it just gets worse. Okay, 12 meters. Now we're at 704 watts. See the top? 704 watts. If you go 705 with my calculations of my neighbor's property lines, it's not good. It says no. So that's the most I could transmit here, 704 watts. You see the trend happening here with all of this? As we go up in frequency, the MPE increases, okay? So here is 524 watts. We're now on 10 meters, and the highest maximum I can go at 30 feet to my neighbor's property line is going to be 524 watts. See, we start at 1,500, and that's using a dipole, okay? If I were to go on 6, which I can't do very well, I'll tell you real quick, sorry. That was 12, sorry. Here's 10. 10 meters. Most I can do on 10 is, that's right, I got it right, 524, sorry. Okay, so on 6 meters, sorry, you can imagine why the show took forever to do today, because there's so much involved in it. Okay, so 6, which I can't use because it's like a neon sign here, 491 watts, okay? That's with the same parameters, okay? 491 is the maximum I could transmit here. So as you go up in frequency, if you're using a dipole or directional, you're going to have the same issue. The higher the frequency, either the lower the amount of transmitted power you need, or you reduce the gain of your antenna. That's the only way you can be in conformance with uncontrolled environmental issues to your neighbors, okay? Let's take a quick look at a directional, okay? First of all, if we look at a directional we'll start at 40 meters, okay? 40 meter directional, and what we started with here, when we looked at a directional, if you remember, way at the very beginning, we looked at that being 9 dBi of gain. That's pretty high, okay? That's not like terribly high, but it's pretty high, okay? Well, let's figure it 9, okay? At 9 dBi on 40 meters, okay? 1,200 watts works. That's what I have here. This was my report. 1,200 watts, 9 dBi, 7.2 megs. I'm in compliance. Okay? 30 meters. Once I go to 30, look what happens. I'm now no longer complying. I can't use 1,200 watts here. I can't. Because at 34.47 feet from my antenna, which is the radiator, that is an uncontrolled environmental issue, and there's too much RFI. Okay, I'm giving too much RF to my neighbors. So the maximum permissible exposure level is exceeded. Remember, it's not them in the house, it's their property, because they're going to be out mowing their lawn, they're going to be out doing yard work, they're going to be painting their homes, they're going to be outside. So you've got to protect them from the property line, not the house. Make sure it's that way, okay? Once we get to 20 meters with the direction, we'll just do 2 more so you get an idea here, okay? 20 meters, which many people use every day, okay? For me personally, with this kind of a lot line, you know, people being that close, 1,200 watts is the most I can do, does not work. At 1,200 watts will not work, period, because that puts the MPE at 48.61 feet. To make 20 work for me, to work on 20 meters using an antenna with a 9 dB of gain, I have to go all the way down, take a look, all the way down to 449 watts. That's for 20 meters. So as we increase frequency, as we get higher, the MPE risk also increases. Okay, so you need to understand that as we increase our frequency, we need to be careful of the gain and the transmit power of our antenna. Both of those things are important. Now, the easier thing to control there always is your transmit power. It's simple, right? You don't have to worry about dealing with gain or moving antenna. You can always move antennas, but then you're going to need to do a re-eval because you got to measure from the antenna to the property line, right? So you've got to make sure and do it the right way. If you do it the wrong way, redo it. It's pretty simple. Just go over to that website, and again, it'll be in the description section below, right? Let me catch up real quick with your comments, and then we'll get into something important from some great CQ calls and stuff that's been done here from people on the show and other people who are not part of it. So hang on. Wow, we got a lot of folks. there 5 continents today again? My goodness. 2 on board. Look at that. Steve, and thank you for your kindness. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Okay. Dave from Temecula is here. Dave, his call sign is Whiskey 6 Charlie Romeo Tango. Dave, welcome. Good to see you. Robert, I think this is the first time I've seen you here. Welcome to the channel. Kilo Bravo 6, Juliet Foxtrot Lima. Big hello to you. Welcome, Robert. To you and your family with all the best. Thank you. Thank you so much. Jay Brown says, speaking of antennas and dipole, there's an online company that has thousands of feet of Baldwin 8225 300 ohm twin lead. I was amazed to find it. There it is. There's the website. Take a look. That's what I love about this channel. You guys help each other. That's the best part of this channel, is all of you talking to each other and helping each other out. That's really the ham radio community, and that's part of the reason I do the shows as much every day as I can, is because it gets us together and we have the opportunity to share our favorite thing in the world, which is ham radio. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. John, so on a dipole that's up, say, 30 feet in the air, okay, how does this affect the distance to uncontrolled areas? Same thing. Maybe the same thing. I know we're talking 30 feet in the air, okay, so it's 30 feet up, okay. One thing that you need to understand is that when we're talking about controlled and uncontrolled, we're talking about the location of the actual transmitting antenna, okay? Now, the area of low risk is going to be at the roof, okay? That's not going to be a play. You're going to have a lot of risk on the roof because you're right next to it, right? But below the roof, inside the house, no risk, because all that, insulation and the roofing and all the wood, it attenuates all that power, so you're not going to be hurt by it. Now, if you have an antenna indoors, and some people have to do that with loop antennas and things, that could be a problem. So you do have to do an evaluation if you do that here. So great questions, John. That's good. Yep. Sean, thank you. That's very kind. I truly mean that. Thank you. Donald Bush with a great comment. That's the beauty of running QRP, 5 watts or less with high gain antenna. There's no issues, period. Go QRP. Yep. It's fun too. Sly, welcome, my friend. All the way in Borneo. My goodness. Thank you for coming, Sly. It's a pleasure. Wow. Oceana's here now too. Sly, I'm sorry I missed you yesterday. When I did the continents, I didn't count yours, and I'm so sorry. Wow. Anyway, folks, and I do mean that, okay? All right, so we're going to show something real fun. This is neat. This is one of our viewers. He's in Germany. His name is Gunter. Gunter, you've seen him a million times from the channel. He comes here and he's kind of, I call him our YouTube channel concierge because he always welcomes people. He talks to them in the comment section. He's a warm and friendly guy. Well, Gunter keeps in touch with me on WhatsApp a lot, sends me what he can. Let me show you what Gunter's doing now. He's kind of moved away from the club station a little bit, and he's going outdoors because it's nicer out. The days are longer and it's warmer. Take a look at this. This is great work from Gunter out in the field, in the dark with his radio.
Larry, this is Foxtrot Golf 5 Golf Papa. Alan in Guadeloupe. Wait a second.
Listen to these guys talking all over each other. It's terrible.
Radio Tango 2, Star 73 for you. Good evening. On the Fox Golf 5 Golf Papa. My name is Salan Alpha, Lima Alpha India November. You are 15 dB over 9. 5 plus 15, Roger. Okay, Alan, FG 5 GB RT2. Also 15 dB over 9 Central part of European Russia, 500 kilometers south of Moscow. My name Andy, Alpha Lindsay Delta Yankee. Thank you very much for the nice report. Many station calling you. Good luck and good DX. Ariwar FG 5GB RT2. Cheers, sir. Okay, Andy. Nice program. No copy. Nice copy. Okay, and the picking 20 dB of 9 at the moment is very, very booming. Thank you, Andy, for this contact and Pakai and Bondi X. Radio Tango 2 Ontario, Florida, Germany 5, Germany Papa, 73, bye-bye. Charlie Tango 7, Alpha, Quebec, Foxtrot.
Larry, do you see what these stations doing? They don't let Others finished a QSO. You know, DK5ONV in the darkness on the shores of the Rhine River side. Just want to show you something real quick.
And through there he shows me antenna, and he tries to show me the moon, the stars, and all that. And it didn't come out very well, but I want to thank Gunter for what he did. That's very thoughtful. Thanks, Gunter. We've got one more of Gunter working out there. He didn't give up. He kept going. If you know Gunter, he works and works and works, and he loves DX. He really does. I don't really know when the guy ever rests, to be honest with you. Take a look at this. It's a great call that Gunter had. And literally, it's out in the field. It's in a park, set up with a portable antenna, his ICOM 7200, and look how far he works.
Kilo number 5, Oscar, November, Victor, over. Lima 21, Radio Charlie Alpha. Please copy Delta Kilo number 5, Oscar, November, Victor, over.
Kilo Golf 5, Oscar Foxtrot Victor, roger.
Negative. Listen closely, my call sign. My call sign is Delta Kilo number 5, Oscar, November, Victor, over. Delta Kilo number 5, Oscar, November, Victor, over.
Delta Kilo 5, Oscar, Delta Victor, roger.
My suffix is Ontario, Norway, Victoria. Ontario, Norway, Victoria, over.
Exacto, lo escucho re bajito. Delta Kilo 5, Oscar, Golf Victor. Delta
It's
5, Oscar, Golf Victor, roger.
Negative. It's Oscar, November, Victor, Ocean, Norway, Victoria, over.
November, Victor. Delta Kilo 5, Oscar, November, Victor, roger.
QSL, my friend, QSL. I'm a portable station. You are 5x7 on my portable setup.
Thank you, my friend, for the 57. Please copy 5x5 to signal in province of Córdoba, Argentina. Thank you for this contact.
Hear that?
Thank you very much for the 55, and thank you very much for the station who was helping me out. 73s, good night.
73. Gracias, Marcos.
That's Gunter, and he got all the way down to Argentina. Congratulations, Gunter. That's a great call. Just out in the field, late at night, got a vertical up, and he's working the ICOM 7200. Okay, now, there's a gentleman here that I love to pieces. It's Donald Bush. Donald, that's a nice compliment. Thank you. I've been thinking about you, and I don't do enough of this. I do want to show, for people not only on foundation licenses, for people who've never tried this before. QRP is a total kick in the rear end. It's fun because it's challenging. Let's take a look at a guy who does some QRP work, keeps working at it, and but he doesn't. He does turn up the the transmit power just a little bit, but he never goes higher than QRP limit, which is 10 for SSB. Watch how hard this guy works to make this one call.
CQ, Charlie Sierra 7 Alpha Mike Zulu, Charlie Sierra 7 Alpha Mike Zulu, Q, Charlie Sierra 7 Alpha Mike Zulu, calling CQDX.
November 4, Kilo Radio Ontario, QRP.
Calling CQDX and standing by.
November 4, Kilo Radio Ontario, QRP.
CQ20, Charlie Sierra 7 Alpha Mike Zulu, Charlie Sierra 7 Alpha Mike Zulu, calling CQ20.
November 4, Kilowatt Radio Oscar, November 4, Kilowatt Radio Oscar, QRP.
He doesn't give up. Watch.
November 4, Kilo Radio Ontario, QRP.
CQ 120 meters and set.
Hear the signal coming up? That's the wave.
November 4, Kilowatt Radio Ontario, QRP.
November 2, again.
There it is.
November 4, Kilowatt Radio Ontario, QRP.
You are 3x5. You're very, very far away. Charlie Sierra 7 Alpha Mike Zulu calling CQ.
Okay, so
Sierra 7 Alpha Mike
he's
Zulu
going to
calling
turn it up from
CQ
2.5 watts to 6 watts and give it another shot.
November 4, Kilo Radio Ontario, QRP.
November 2, Kilo India Ontario. November 2, Kilo India Ontario. Is the
November 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. November 4, Kilo Radio Ontario, Kilowatt Radio Oscar, QRP.
Again, November Zulu.
November 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. November 4.
November 4, please, go ahead.
Roger, Roger. November 4, Kilowatt Radio Oscar. November 4, Kilo Radio Ontario, QSL.
November 4, Kilo India Ontario. You're 4x5.
Roger, the call is Kilo Radio Ontario. Kilo Radio Ontario, QRP. 2 watts. 2 Wilco. Over.
November 4, Kilo India Ontario. November 4, Kilo India Ontario. You are 4x5.
Roger, you are 5757 into North Carolina on QRP. 2 watts. QSL.
Is that 55? November 4, Kilo India Ontario.
See,
November 4, Kilo India
he's not
Ontario
giving up.
from Charlie Sierra 7 Alpha Mike Zulu. I am going to log you anyway with the 4555. Thank you for the contact over there, 73.
Roger, Roger, 73.
Okay, so that was 3,500 miles. QRP, 6.5, the 6 watts. He started at 2.5, went up to 6. Now, the guy could barely hear him at 2.5, but did you hear the audio? If you didn't, replay this segment, please. You're going to hear the audio get much louder in his speaker than it was before. That's the sign the DX wave is coming. That's it. It's in now, okay? Make the call. That's when you make the call. If you hear somebody and all of a sudden they come up, that means now. Hit the mic. And, don't step on somebody else, but you know what I'm saying. Make the call then if somebody's calling CQ, because that's your best chance to get them. Great work there. Fantastic stuff. And I love to see QRP guys do good. That's great. Yeah. Well, gentlemen, and if there's any ladies here, please bear with me. I'm pretty done for today. So I appreciate you coming to the show. I sincerely mean that. Hopefully be a show tomorrow, if not for sure Friday. And I want to thank you for coming to the channel. It does mean sincerely an awful lot. I never expect to get the letter like I did from Bill today. And Bill, thank you. If you're watching this on replay, thank you for that. I sincerely do mean it. Thank you. I just do this to give back. I thank you sincerely for subscribing to the channel. I thank you all for being here. You always make my day when I see all y'all come together and we have a little fun together. I'm sorry the show couldn't go all the way to an hour. I'm really sore. But you being here means a lot to me. And I'm sorry we're so late. God bless you, wherever you are in the world. It just turned midnight in London. And we have people in London here and people in the Middle East here. And I am just so blown away by that. Thank you very much. Sign off today is a very old one. You'll recognize it if you're old, like I am. Sorry. This one comes from way back in the day when NBC, before the Peacock came back. That's how old this is. Take a look at it. This is from one of the first television stations to ever sign on in the Western United States. Until tomorrow. My name's Larry. My call sign is Kilo 7 Hotel November. It is my honor and privilege to do the show for you, and I mean that sincerely out of the bottom of my heart. If you'd love to be in AM radio, we'd love to have you. One of the things most people don't know what to do is how to start. There's your beginning. Please contact the American Radio Relay League. They do real good at that kind of stuff. They're great at helping people connect with a local radio club that can help them to get on the air. Please find them at www.arrl.org. If you're in Canada, please contact the Radio Amateurs of Canada. That's RAC. Find them at www.rac.ca. If you're in Great Britain, please contact the Radio Society of Great Britain. They can be found www.rsgb.org. And I thank you for the thumbs up. That's very thoughtful. That means a lot. Thanks, guys. All right. Today's sign-off is a good one. It's an old one, and it's something I hope that some of us will remember. I'm one of those people that do. I guess I'm that old. Anyway, it's an oldie, but it's kind of a neat one from back in the day. Until tomorrow, have a wonderful evening. God bless you wherever you are in this world, and thank you for watching Ham Radio Live. It really does mean a lot to me, too. Goodbye, everybody.
The NBC television schedule is brought to you specially recorded for rebroadcast in this time zone on KNBC Channel 4. This seal is a symbol of good television. It signifies that KNBC observes the high standards of programming and advertising recommended by the Television Code of the National Association of Broadcasters. To see better TV, watch Channel 4, a TV Code station.
That's all, folks.